Ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside the booth here at Paul Angelo Russo Stadium for today's showdown between the Hill Academy and the defending national champions, the Calvert Hall Cardinals. My name is Caleb Stein. I'll be running a one-man show up here today for the absolute star-studded matchup between the best in America and Canada. When these teams met last year, it was an instant classic with the Cardinals winning 15 for 14 from coming down from 5 goals in overtime, thanks to the game winner from now Towson lacrosse stud Will Schoonmaker. The Hill makes his annual trip down south from Ontario each year to play some of the best teams in the whole country, including Lawrenceville, Malvern, and the MIAA teams such as Calvert Hall, the Boys Latin, and Loyola. While the weather in Canada obviously has to warm up, but they couldn't quite escape the cold today. It's a chilly one here in Towson, Maryland, after those storms last night pushed all the hot air away. Now it's 37 degrees out here. Feels like 20 at game time temperature. But this game should warm up all the hearts and emotions, no doubt in my mind. In my years at Calvert Hall, the Hill has come down here 3 times already. They beat us my freshman and sophomore year after making good comebacks in both of those games. But then last year, Calvert Hall, as the Cardiac Cards name was nicknamed to them at the end of that game, of course, obviously. And they showed Hill what they were truly made of. The Cardinals started this year strong in their showcase game against DeMatha at the Under Armour Complex, and then hit a little bit of a road bump last week against Malvern Prep. They look to get back on track against this common foe, and we're just about to get started here. Number 6 versus number 11. Baltimore versus Ontario. Calvert Hall versus the Hill Academy starts now, as it looks like Porter Crossman, the 2027 for the Hill Academy, is set to face off against Calvert Hall's own 2027 Dorian Jackson. Referees in their all-black coats and overwear. Calvert Hall in the white on red. Hill in the all-black uniforms for the 2nd consecutive year. Just getting things all squared away with the Hillside goalie, making sure that the wind doesn't pick it up, take it away. Head coach Brian Kelly making his way back to the sideline, and the Cardinals are ready. Dorian. Ball's on the ground. It is picked up, and the Cardinals retain first possession of this game. Long stick midi, Jack Tanton, 2 of the Tanton twins, and it looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Cardinals to start this one, so they lose their possession early. Hill Academy is going to start. Dylan Sanderson passing it off. Here is Sean Costigan passing it off, trying to work on Snell Baker's number 0. Hill trying to work around the outside through this stingy Calvert Hall defense. Just trying to find something to get the scoring here started early. Teams have to score early and often in this one. Both defenses will lock up at times. And there goes Costigan. Good job by Calvert Hall there, but a shot on goal. Max Kruger, the future Syracuse Orange, rips one right past Gray Enrique in goal, and the Hill takes the early 1-0 lead just under a minute in this one. Crossman and Jackson ready again. And he gets pushed. So this is going to be a second consecutive face-off win for the Cardinals. Face-off was a little bit of a tough challenge in the game against Malvern. 7 for 21. Cardinals looking to clean that up a little bit today. So now the Calvert Hall offense has their first opportunity. Adam Houston with it near the top, looking to charge in. Houston pressing a little bit behind his intended target for the pass. Looking for Sullivan there. Jack Williams and Michael Steer crisscrossing. Up to Houston. Houston using his big body, trying to force his way in. But he gets cleared out. Well done. Here comes the ride for the Hill. Number 35, Evan Miller, pushing it up and finishing. Evan Miller with the goal. Perfectly done defense to offensive transition right there. Evan Miller found Campbell, passed it back to Miller, and he just put it right in the top corner. Both goals taking exactly 56 seconds of game time. Dorian looking for another face-off win. Ground ball. And this time it's controlled by the Hill. Good job by Dorian. So here comes Calvert Hall now. Shot. Shot by Snellbaker, a little bit wide, but Calvert Hall was there. Snelly taking off. Tanton taking off. Now comes Ryder Scott and Ben Hanover. Hanover now working down the right side. Currently the offensive attack. Ryder Scott. Sullivan. Here's an opportunity. What a goal! Hut Purdue with the spinning goal. What a find there from Sullivan. And Hut Purdue finds the back of the net for the first time today. And this game just getting started. We're less than 3 minutes in and 3 goals have been scored. If you're the defensive coaches for the Hill and Calvert Hall, this is not the start that you would have wanted. And Hill's going to take possession here. Mags Wethrup looking for his teammates to get on the transition. There he goes, passes it to Bodie Giles. John Dermody. Passes it back to Giles, trying to shake off Tanton. Excuse me, that's not Tanton. That is Misha Morozov. Vincent Ward looking to start something up here for the Hill. Morozov playing him tight though. And good save. That's great. Enrique's first save of the day. The senior transferred in from Gilman after his freshman year. He's been on varsity for 3 years. Morozov gets it to the other side. Caleb Kelly. Matthew Schoonmaker, the younger brother. Here goes Ryder Scott, the MSJ transfer. He, along with 3 other Calvert Hall players, are committed to the University of Drexel. Good body there from Hut Purdue. Ground ball. And it's finally picked up by the Hill. And here comes the ride from them. Looking for a long stick goal, but this time it's saved again by Enrique. And they're going to call Calvert Hall possession. Great job to get to the sideline by Jack Mansfield. Snelly using his speed, working across. His pass is tipped, but it is eventually secured by Schoonmaker. Scott now trying to settle it down a little. Back up to Scooney. Him and Scott playing a little bit of hot potato right now. Scott trying to get to his strong side. Attempt of a pick set there by 10. Got to get over. Schoonmaker trying to go to work. Sullivan hits the deck, and the Hill's going to have a breakaway opportunity here. And a good body there from Morozov. Cowardhall makes their substitutions. Patrick Flatley, long stick midi. And here goes Jack Williams, the speedy senior. His first attempt, stopped from behind, and he hits the deck hard. That's going to be a penalty on Evan Miller. Houston back in. Him and Steer. Williams now. Put the spin move on Miller. Hutt Purdue trying to find another one, but this time it's stopped. But Connor Sullivan is there to retain possession for Calvert Hall. Sully now finds Houston trying to reset the offense. Houston working his way off the post. Picked up by Bishop Berman, the midfielder for the Hill. Passes it out. Vincent Ward passes it up to Max Kruger. Kruger cradling. Penalty marker is down on the field. Hill trying to finish this possession strong after the last two have been stopped by Enrique. And this time it is not. A bouncing goal. Sean Costigan bounces one right in between the legs of Enrique. Couldn't quite get there and hit the top crossbar. In for the goal. Hale takes the 3-1 lead, and that time took around 5 minutes for the goal to be scored. We are now under 5 minutes here in the first quarter. New face-off men for each team. Johnny Burton for the Hill. Snelly picks up the ground ball. Will Caputo and Johnny Burton that time are the face-off duo. This time Sullivan finds Purdue. Ryder Scott. Bunch of Calvert Hall guys all in one place trying to set picks for each other. Can't quite find an offensive rhythm. Hill defense uses their strong hands most of the time to try and disrupt possessions. That time the shot attempt from Schoonmaker goes high, but Caleb Kelly, the sophomore, youngest son of the head coach, he just throws that one away. That's gonna be a turnover for Calvert Hall. Tan right onto the field, putting pressure on Luke Cleland. Had to get it away quickly, but the Hill's gonna retain possession, looking to add more to their 2-goal lead as we approach the 3-minute mark here. Scoring has definitely slowed down since the first 3 minutes of the game. This time Morozov. Lean but strong frame, keeping defenders back. Morozov in the one-on-one. And that time, that's just nothing you can do. Matt Ford, the captain attackman for the Hill, pushes off of Morozov, hits a spin move, and just places it right where Enrique's big goalie stick cannot save it. And the Hill takes a 4-1 lead. Matt Ford going to Richmond University. Played in last year's game too, but that time he just took the opportunity where he saw it, was able to just body right by the Calvert Hall defenders, and this time Will Caputo so now they have Dylan Sanderson working against Snelly. Snelly, short stick midi. Jackson Snellbaker, 4-year player on this varsity squad. Him and Jack Williams are the only two from the 2023 season. And then they added a bunch of sophomores and juniors last year in the class of 2026, but Snelly and Williams, the most experienced guys of the two. This time, good defense from Calvert Hall, forcing the out pass from Caden Lickers. Lickers finds it again. Back to Sanderson. With the shot clock expiring, Sanderson just had to send one in, but right to the save of Enrique. Now Snelly's going up. 2-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Connor Sullivan trying to just wait out for his teammates. A Steer now steps on. Top-ranked recruit in the class of 2027, Michael Steer. Committed very early. Committed to the University of Virginia. One of the fastest guys, if not the fastest guy on the team. Another ground ball caused by the Hill. And another opportunity from transition defense to offense. Less than 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Trying to make some last-second magic. Here's Ford. Ford just muscling his way in and finds the back of the net again. Matt Ford. Dorian Jackson back on midfield for the face-off again. Jackson won the faceoff, trying to make the offense work, trying to find a pass to Kelly, but shot got rejected. And so after the first 12 minutes, the Hill Academy proving to be the stingier defensive team and just finding more rhythm on offense, scores 5-1. We're going to take a quick break.
Lacrosse fans, the concession stand is open, selling popcorn, pretzels, candy, drinks, and to keep you warm out there, hot coffee and hot chocolate. Thank you.
So in soccer, there's the Champions League, which is like the top European teams. They're in the knockout stage right now, so it's aggregate, so you play home and away games, or it's home 4 after 2. Bayern Munich won the first game 6-1. And they have an issue with this game, because their starting goalie, the German national goalie, has been hurt for like a month. Their backup goalie got a concussion the last game, so he's eligible to play in this next game. Their current string goalie got hurt in their league game this weekend. Their U19 goalie, who was supposed to start, got hurt, and their only other goalie they have in their system that's like eligible to play is a 16-year-old.
Team switch side, and we're ready to start the second quarter here. Calvert Hall, no stranger to comeback victories. It's all still possible. Still 36 minutes left of game time here. It's going to be Dorian Jackson and Porter Crossman to start off the second quarter, just like they did the first. Calvert came back down 8-3 in last year's matchup between these two teams. And this time the ground ball is won by Hill. They look to start fast here in the second quarter, just like they did in the first. Sean Costigan, one of the goal scorers for the Hill. Currently working across the back line, trying to shake his defender. Finds the pass, and Matt Ford does it again. Matt Ford finds the back of the net for the third time in this game. He's having himself quite a day here at Calvert Hall. Now it's going to be Dorian Jackson versus Johnny Burton. Whistle blows. And a ground ball this time. Still going. It's eventually passed back, and the Hill recovers again. Mags with up, waiting for his guys to get set. Passes it back to Sanderson, and he's now holding it on. Kruger crosses the midfield line. Sanderson passes to Kruger. and the transition was made. Now they have Costigan working in. He's being guarded hard by Snellbaker right now. Sanderson getting pressed by Morozov. Costigan. Sanderson goes behind the net, trying to reset the offense there. Kruger passes it off to Ford, who's now picked up by Snellbaker. Matt Ford now double teamed. And a good ground ball forced by Calvert Hall, and it's picked up by Barat. Caleb Kelly passes it down. Connor Sullivan. Calvert Hall with an opportunity here to pinch this lead a little bit closer. Hutt Purdue takes the pass on a bounce. Hutt Purdue, the lone goal scorer. Caleb Kelly switched his jersey number to number 2 this year. There's another penalty flag thrown down. Williams trying to shake his man. Adam Houston passes it off to Steer. Williams takes a shot on goal. He gets his own ground ball after a hit off the post. Calvert Hall had a good opportunity, but a good defensive play from the long pole of Bishop Berman. So Steer cradling out near the 45. Using his speed, kicking it back in, blows by his defender. Williams just drops the ball on the pass. Looks like it was a penalty, offsides call on Hill. So Calvert Hall is going to be a man up for the next 2 minutes. Calvert Hall with 7 shots on goal, but only 1 goal, but only 7 shots with 1 goal. Williams' pass errantly thrown away. Calvert Hall needs to put some pressure on the Hill now while they have it. And it looks like it's going to be Calvert Hall ball. Houston was there. Sullivan now takes a shot. Williams' first pass just intercepted by the goalkeeper, Cole Downey. It's going to Johns Hopkins University. A lot of these kids from the Hill Academy, going to play at the D1 level in the States. This time, Jack, outside post. Crease violation. Weth up, waiting for his guys. Passes it back to Giles. Now the offense going to run through John Dermody. Pressed hard by Snellbaker. This Calvert Hall team's obviously not the same as last year, losing their core of Jackson Mitchell, Ben Cuomo, Peyton Forte, Mark Botek, Jermaine Anderson, Brady Stangl. That group was ridiculously tight and incredibly skilled as well. Sometimes we miss Ben Cuomo on the face-off, one of the best face-offs in the entire country. Hope he's performing well at Yale University. Giles trying to get past Morozov. Not able to do. Ford just pops it up. The referees are going to be addressing this penalty flag. So Calvert Hall is now going to be man down because of a checking penalty. Calvert Hall bringing their bigger bodies in on defense. Good job by Enrique to get a stick on that.
16 seconds. 10. 5. 3, 2, 1.
Problems with the clock operating. Now Calvert Hall, time for their ride. Morozov coming on. Morozov, a varsity star sport. Football and lacrosse. Been on varsity lacrosse. This is his 3rd year. Varsity football, the leading receiver for the Cardinals. Oliver Knowles' favorite target. A very good short pole midi that the Cardinals have. Him and Snellbaker create a formidable duo down on the defensive end. Caleb Kelly trying to work his way through. This time the dive in from Downey gets the Hill the possession. Good pressure by Sullivan. Almost intercepted there. And another penalty flag. Early signal saying it's on Calvert Hall. Checking foul. So another man down situation for the Cardinals. Matt Ford.
540. 440. 440.
Looks like there's about a 14-second difference between the actual game clock and the clock shown on the scoreboard. Ford at the top, shoots and scores again. Matt Ford's having himself quite a day here. And he'll be calling the Mid-Atlantic region home for the next 4 years. Getting used to this kind of situation. Hill's lead has grown to 6 as the score is 7-1. Ground ball missed. And who else? Max Weather up now. Looking in, and he scores. Max Weather up, picking up the ground ball. One pass back in the net. And the Cardinals just have no answer. I'm sure that the Hill team is extremely happy that this game got scheduled to today. It was supposed to be played yesterday, but all activities in the middle region of Maryland after school were canceled due to the anticipated storms that came through last night. So Hill Academy sent one of their other varsity teams down to Blue Ridge, Virginia, which is where the prep team should be right now, but they wanted to stay here. They wanted to play Calvert Hall, wanted to have a better competition. And here they are making their most of their opportunities. Sullivan's stick must have been hit on that shot, sailed well over. So now Hudson Purdue. Fine steer, who's been relatively quiet today. Adam Houston trying to body between two defenders. Proves ineffective. And the Hill Academy calls timeout. So with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in this half, Hill Academy is leading 8-1 after 4 goals from Matt Ford early in this one. The Cardinals have no answer to stopping the future Richmond Spider, and they're just going to be looking for a full reset at the half. We'll be taking a short break. We'll be right back after the timeout has finished. Calvert Hall is to continue their insanely strong out-of-conference schedule with the game against number 1 Lawrenceville Prep out of New Jersey. They're going to be coming here on Thursday afternoon. Snelly playing hard against Costigan, who has to just force it out. Starts back over with Kroger. But the Cardinals are already playing Malvern, who have now reached the number 3 spot in the rankings. Played Lawrenceville, who's number 1, and then the Hill, obviously number 11 team, and they're not looking like the 11th best team in the nation. They're looking like more inside of the top 10. Costigan finds Ford. Kruger. And the shot, this time saved by Gray off the bounce. That was a good effort from Sanderson. And then, of course, the Cardinals and every team in the MIAA has probably the hardest in-conference schedule. Archbishop Spalding still looking good. Loyola Blakefield looking increasingly better year after year. McDonough is not going to be as strong as they lost their head coach and a bunch of their best seniors, including both of the Millen brothers, finally being being released from terrorizing the MIAA. Hill trying to find something here. That time the behind the back was stuffed. Tanton gets it out. Snellbaker now passes it up, and he's going to find Flatley. Patrick Flatley. Good pressure from Calvert Hall. Ruined up the whole design play from the Hill out of that timeout. They're caused to call another one. Still 1:21 left to go here in the second quarter at Paul Angelo Russo Stadium on a ridiculously chilly day near the end of March. It's St. Patrick's Day here in Towson, Maryland. The wind chill making it feel like 20 degrees, which is around 20 degrees colder than what it actually is temperature-wise. And after we've been spoiled with some warmer days, this day obviously does not feel the best. Up in the booth, very windy, very cold. I'm in my full jacket, hands staying in my pockets. All the referees dressed accordingly there in their overcoats. But these lacrosse players, man, they're just built different. Wearing shorts out here, getting checked with sticks constantly. And with the cold, those sting a little bit more than usual. But they're excited to be back out here. And one of the last tune-ups before conference play in the deepest conference in the entire country, year in and year out. The Cardinals are going to have, this is quite an adjustment period for them right now. Last year's team was built for the championship. This year, very, very senior heavy team last year. Now, less, still senior heavy, but more underclassmen utilization, as well as the juniors like Hudson Purdue trying to put a move on, and he could never get a shot off. Misha Morozov, Bharat Minotti, Michael Steers, the juniors, and then, of course, Caleb Kelly leading the group of sophomores on the team along with Adam Houston. And it appears that another timeout has been called. The whole team running out to congratulate Dash Adams on the great defensive play that he made on Hudson Purdue, so he could never get a shot off there on that last Cardinals possession. And under 40 seconds after the last timeout was called, with 46.3 remaining here in the quarter, another timeout. Just use them or lose them situation here for both teams. Calvert Hall with one timeout remaining. The Hill has used both of theirs already. Hill leading 8-1 behind the strong performance of Matt Ford, who already has 4 goals today. And the Hill can use and can hold it for the final possession. Morozov just trying to put a little bit of pressure here on Dylan Sanderson. 20 seconds left with 37 seconds on the shot clock. Sanderson now trying to make a push. 8 seconds. Costigan finds in, and there's just an open net. Whole left side of the net was open. And the Hill adds another one right before halftime. 2.4 seconds remaining. That was a great goal scored there from Dylan Sanderson. Great find from Costigan. Drew the future Dragon, Gray Enrique, all the way to the right side. Dumped it off to Sanderson. And he just had one of the more open goals that he'll see. And that's how we're going to be in halftime. Cardinals are trailing 9-1 in a very uncharacteristic first half for the Cardinals. It looked like within the first 3 minutes of the first quarter, the score would be like 20-17 at this point, but Hill defense has really clamped up the Cardinals offense. Haven't really had any flow so far. And the goals from Sanderson, Costigan, and Ford proving too much to overcome for the Cardinals early in this one. Still one more half to go here at Paul Angelo Russo Stadium on a chilly St. Patrick's Day. We'll be right back, folks, at the end of the halftime break. Again, my name is Caleb Stein.
Lacrosse fans, remember, the concession stand is open at the scoreboard side of the stadium. They're selling popcorn.
And the Cardinals need to figure some things out as they head back into the locker room.
Warm out there.
But the Hill looking like a very, very formidable team so far early in this one, proving that they should be higher ranked after what some could call a down year last year, going 6-8, playing again one of the toughest schedules in the nation. Them and Calvert Hall always love to schedule the tough guys, try and determine who the real kings of high school lacrosse in all of America, including Canada, in the North American continent are. We're taking a quick break. We'll take a quick break for halftime, and we'll be right back. halftime break is over. Will Caputo is out there to do the face-off for the Cardinals, and he's going to face off against Parker Crossman. Hill's been winning majority of the face-offs here today. Cardinals just looking for some sort of spark on offense, get things started again. All it takes is one goal, one ground ball, and here comes Snellbaker, picks it up. Looking to find Purdue. Snelly ends up finding Connor Sullivan on baseline. Sullivan with another spin move. Offense gets started. Houston and Steer. Steer using his spear. Jump cut. Finds Houston. Takes a shot. And Purdue is there on backline patrol. Retain possession for the Cardinals. That first half was dominated by Matt Ford. 4 of the 9 goals for the Hill Academy for the senior captain. Cardinals will be looking to stop him in this second half. Williams now trying to find a little of something. Sullivan finds Purdue, and Hunt Purdue scores his second of the game. Bouncer right past the keeper, Cole Downey. Cardinals bench having a little bit more life at the start of this second half. Great play from Williams to find Purdue. Ground ball this time. Caputo still fighting. It's eventually retained by Hill. Downey looking for an outlet. And there it comes, and that one just sent way out. Enrique going to be the closest to it. Stanton picks it up. He sends an outlet. Finds Snellbaker. Kelly and Sullivan, along with Purdue and Matthew Schoonmaker, Ryder Scott, and Ben Hanover as the offensive attackmen for the Cardinals on this possession. Purdue already has 2 goals to his name today. Ryder Scott looking for something. He's been kind of quiet today. He finds a shot. Not as much force as he would have wanted. Easily saved by Downey. And the ride coming in. Vincent Ward. There's Ford. Number 84. And then Costigan and 14. They've been the facilitators of the Hill offense today. There goes Kruger. Pat Flat putting some good defense on Max Kruger. There goes Costigan. Costigan getting on the inside. And good save there from Gray Enrique. Morozov starting to run now. Speedy Jr. puts a shoulder down. And that time he gets hit from behind. And it's going to be Calvert Hall retention. Eight minutes and 45 seconds here in the third quarter. Jack Williams now. He looking to go all the way, and he does! Jack Williams, upper right 90, right past Cole Downey. And Calvert Hall attempting the comeback. The cardiac cards from last year showing some life here. 2 early goals, and the lead is cut down to 6. 9-3. Hill over the Cardinals still. But a couple of good defensive plays from Snellbaker and Enrique. And this time the ground ball is retained by Calvert Hall. Another good face-off won by Will Caputo. He gets it out. Face-off, and there's the get-off part. Williams now comes on. Sullivan and Caleb Kelly just playing catch until the guys come on. Bryson Hall at the top. Passes it off to Steer. Steer looking to go to work. Sullivan's going to be beat out that time from the long pole of Trevor Noble. Wind starting to pick up here a little bit. Great ground ball force there from Patrick Flatley. Jack Tanton trying to pick it up. But instead, Bodie Giles picks up the ground ball in front of the open net. The diving attempt from the Cardinals defenders could not get there in time. And the Hill Academy now has double-digit goals on the afternoon. Caputo back after. 2 for 3 so far here in the second half. Crossman told to back up just a smidge. This time they're battling it out. Crossman's able to pick it up, but he throws it away, and it's going to be an out-of-bounds pass. Turnover. Morozov hit. That was the universal signal to restart the shot clock, play clock. Ryder Scott coming on full head of steam. Up Purdue, passing it out, looking for Sullivan. It's picked up by Purdue eventually. Good hustle from Hudson. Goes back out to Scott. Scott with the jump kick, looking to go in. Good save by Sullivan at the top. What a good save there. But the pass is intercepted by Kelly. Eventually retained back. Kelly whacking him hard. Ground ball forced by the Cardinals. Hudson Purdue. Hudson Purdue and Caleb Kelly were just absolutely whacking Cooper Campbell. Some sort of turnover by the Cardinals, so Hill gets it back. Matt Ford standing right at the 45, far side of the field. Passes it up, finds Kruger. Kruger finds Costigan, passing it up to Ford. Back to the middle. Costigan, guarded by Snellbaker. Pushed into the double team. Good save by Ford there from the errant pass from Kruger. The shot attempt. This time off the top post, goes straight up in the air. That was dangerous for the Cardinals, but Patrick Flatley now has control, looking for the outlet, and the Cardinals offense will start here again. Morozov now. His shot attempt saved right at the feet of the corner. Hudson has to run off. Kruger. Sanderson and Kruger. Coward all bench trying to get into the head of these Hill players. Another good double team pickup. Good help there from Joshua Griffith, the sophomore. And number 49, long pole. He's been quietly a big factor on the defensive side. Another shot attempt. This time it's another goal. Caden Lickers with his first one today. And he extends the lead back to 8. Both teams have scored 2 in this quarter. It's 11-3 Hill Academy. Here with 3:49 left to go in the third quarter. And Dorian Jackson back on for the Cardinals to face off against Crossman. Turnover on the face-off, so it's going to be Calvert Hall possession. Jack Williams, he gets stripped up. And Hill has numbers, but Matt Ford's going to decide to slow it down. Ward passes it up to Wethup. I'm going to reset it here. Big number 66, John Dramati. Finds the quick Ford. And Ford on the run to his left. Finds the upper shelf of the goal once again. Matt Ford with his 5th goal of the game. And the Hill Academy has now scored 3 in the third compared to the Calvert Hall Cardinals 2. And the lead is now 12-3. Porter Crossman has been the better face-off guy for the Hill in this one. Ground ball picked up by Jackson. Jackson's just going to go all the way. Trying to get a face-off goal. Last year's Fogo Ben Coleman was very good at those. Caleb Kelly's big stick couldn't quite get it, disrupt the play of the goalkeeper, who's just going to keep going. Dorian Jackson finally is the one to strip it away from the goalkeeper, number 79, Cole Downey. He made it all the way to about the 40. Dorian just running through Hill defenders. And he finally finishes the Fogo part. Williams now on. Bryson Hall running on. Kelly looking for some help, finds Williams. Steer also comes on for the offense. Williams resetting, he's at the 45, puts a spin move on the defender. Jack Williams takes a shot, and he finds the goal again. So Jack Williams and Hudson Purdue both with 2 goals today. Great play from the senior Williams, part of the admissions homeroom here at Calvert Hall. One of my close friends. He put the spin move on Evan Miller. And it was just him and the goal in his eyesight. No one else was around him in his own mind. With his own will, got into the goal. And to bring the Cardinals lead down to 8, it's going to be Calvert Hall possession at the top. Another good turnover forced by Dorian Jackson off the faceoff. Number 13, CJ Saunders, just a sophomore here, midfielder. Ryder Scott comes back on. Defender shading him to his right, knowing that he wants to go to the left. Here they go, Cardinals. Another shot attempt, another save there, but Downey. Scott looking, backpedaling, trying to find something. Off the stick of Hanover, and it's going to be a turnover for the Cardinals. Vincent Ward passes it away. Matt Ford, 5 goals on the day. And there's the turnover in the back part of the field on Hill, so it's going to be Calvert Hall possession. They'll take anything they can get. They're down by 8. 30 seconds left to go here. Both teams have scored 3 in this one. Connor Sullivan trying to hit a fancy goal. Purdue races, gets to the back line quickest. 20 seconds left. Kelly looking for some sort of shot opening. This time flings it straight to the back net underneath the goalpost. 10 seconds for the Cardinals. Another shot attempt. And this time it's good. Berkeley Basco, the junior for the Cardinals, finds the back of the lacrosse net. 7.6 seconds left here in the third quarter, and the Cardinals take the goal advantage in this one. Cardinals just have to be thinking quarter by quarter, possession by possession, goal by goal. Jackson wins the ground ball on this face-off again. And that's how the third quarter is going to come to an end. 2 goals from Williams, another one from Hudson Purdue, and one from Berkeley Basco. And that's the 4 from the Cardinals in this one. Another one from Ford, though, to add on to his total, plus Giles. And a good goal from Sanderson early as well. Excuse me, no, Caden Lickers. It was Lickers, Sanderson, and Ford, the 3 goal scorers for the Hill in the third quarter. They'll be switching sides again here at the start of the fourth. The Hill up 12-5. Big day from the senior, Matt Ford, who will be taking his talents to the University of Richmond, which is currently the #1 team in college lacrosse right now. One of 5 remaining undefeated FBS D1 level lacrosse teams. They're having quite a season down in Richmond. Looking like juggernauts, along with Notre Dame up in South Bend, Indiana. They are also remained undefeated on the season. The Maryland Terrapins, who everyone thought would be the preseason national title favorites. They've dropped a couple ones, but they picked up a big overtime victory, 13-12 over UVA the other day. They're looking to get back on track this season, make a run in the Big Ten tournament, and then, of course, play again on Memorial Day weekend after last year's loss to C.J. Curse and Cornell. But these guys are all worried about the high school level. Patrick Flatley picks up the ground ball. And here the Cardinals go. Again, Basco looking for another opportunity. This time just bounces off the stick of Purdue, lands safely in the nets. This time, Butler takes a shot, does not go. Declan Butler draws the penalty, resetting the shot clock. Here comes Declan. He finds Purdue, looking for Kelly, looking for some sort of spark on offense. He's had a quiet day by his standards. Dieter now, just waving his way through defenders. Making sure that Sullivan doesn't get a crease penalty. He takes a shot. Kelly's back there to retain possession. Basco. He scored a goal in the last quarter. He dumps it off to Sullivan. He has to pick it up. But he couldn't quite get there in time before it goes out of bounds. So the Hill now taking their first possession of the fourth quarter. Pat Flat causing a ground ball, and it's scooped up by Flatley. He's just going to go. And that's a goal for Patrick Flatley. Not sure if that's what he tried to do, but he'll take the result, looking to pass it. But Hudson Purdue ran right in front of the goalie, Cole Downey, and Patrick Flatley found the back of the net. Cardinals cut the lead in half. It's now 12-6. After a crazy and picture-perfect sequence of events for the defenseman Patrick Flatley, I'm sure he'll be sending all that film straight to Adelphia University, which is where he'll be playing the next 4 years. Snellbaker now. He took a rip. Love the idea from Snellbaker, who could have been future teammates with Matt Ford, but decided to flip his commitment earlier in the year to Drexel University, where he'll be teammates with Cole Hoddle and Gray Enrique as well. Jack Williams now, he's trying to wind up for a shot. And Purdue! Hudson Purdue with the hat trick on the day, and the Cardinals are slowly crawling back here in this one. With 9 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in this game, Hudson Purdue finds his third goal. Just put it underneath the stick that time of Downey. And Purdue's been doing a little bit of everything in this one. This team isn't personal stats oriented. They're all about the team. This time CJ Saunders picks up the ground ball. Calvert Hall retains possession. This has been a stellar day from Jackson at the faceoff. And Connor Sullivan finds the back of the net. Connor Sullivan, the sophomore, took the pass from Saunders, looking to find something, and he just did it himself. Right past the late stick of Downey. And it's now 12-8. Jackson facing off against long pole, face-off man, Bishop Berman. Calvert Hall looking to force another ground ball, another good play from Flatley, forces it out. Costigan came up with it. He's at the top of the field. Morozov coming in, looking to deliver a big hit. Heard the footsteps, turned around, dumped it off to his buddy. Here goes Costigan, looking for some direction from the coach. They're trying to kill as much time as possible. Only a 4-goal lead, and Calvert Hall having all of the momentum. Good play there from Morozov. They'll restart the possession. They'll set the shot clock up at 60. Sanderson finds Costigan. Vincent Ward, and his shot this time is saved. New goalkeeper in for Calvert Hall, Nick Nevin, makes the save on his first attempt. Here comes Patrick Flatley again. He finds Kelly. Kelly finds Sullivan, and his shot ricocheted off. Hudson Purdue's going to take a ground ball from the back net and restart it here. Sullivan looking for another goal in this one. Him and Hudson Purdue, the juniors, have been on fire today as the attackmen. Here goes Jack Williams. You know, he wants to start something, add a little bit more. He's just racing down the field. He's going to fire, and he's going to score! Jack Williams puts the lead at 12-9. Calvert Hall bench going a little crazy. And that's the danger of having Jack Williams with some open space. One of the pound-for-pound fastest and strongest men on this Calvert Hall team. Committed to Yale University. Absolute stellar guy, an even better lacrosse player. Somehow, Cardinals with all the momentum in this one. Dorian Jackson with the face-off. Gets popped up in the air. Snelly never found it. This time, face-off man Parker Crossman back in. He was getting beat up a little. He now gets off. Costigan and Sanderson waiting to come back on there, looking to add a little cushion to their 3-goal lead, which used to be 8. Score was 9-1 at halftime. Calvert Hall scored 4 in the third and another 4 here less than halfway through in the fourth quarter in this one. Sean Costigan lined up against Joshua Griffith. There he goes. This time is not even close. But who else but Matt Ford to put it in the back of the net against Nevin. Matt Ford with his 6th on the day. With 6 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in this one. Still plenty of time for the Cardinals, who have now taken the lead by a significant margin in shots taken. 34 shots taken in this one, 9 of which I found the back of the net against the goalkeeper Cole Downey. This time the ground ball again picked up by Jackson. Jackson just going to try and hold it on for as long as possible. Connor Sullivan starts it up. Steer now back on. Williams waiting for his moment to get back. And Jack Williams waiting at the 45, waiting to make his move. Trying to just fly down the field like normal. Williams. The skipping fastball goes a little bit left of the goal. Sullivan there to retain possession. Williams again. He finds Steer. Steer looking to get something started today. Normally a very trustworthy asset of the Calvert Hall offense. Being held up nicely today, though, by Cooper Campbell. Good save by the sophomore Kelly. Kelly got the ball taken away from him. Steer with the shot. Saved this time from Downey. Hudson Purdue being held a little. And there's the call from the referee. We're under 5 minutes now. 4-goal lead for the Hill, which used to be an 8-goal lead. Cardinals have been chipping away ever since the start of the third quarter. Good halftime readjustments, a little more fire ignited in the team. And great work from Sullivan, Purdue, and Williams to keep the Cardinals in it this time. Ryder Scott looking to find himself in. He finds Sullivan. Sullivan puts it in. Another goal on the day for Connor Sullivan. And with 4 minutes and 35 seconds, the Cardinals finally reached the double-digit mark. Dorian wins another face-off. He's been on fire in the second half today. Patrick Flatley picking up the ground ball. This time, ground ball forced, though, and possession was turned. Bishop Berman making a good play. Sean Costigan flips it up, finds Matt Ford. Vincent Ward now finds Costigan, lined up against Flatley. Max Kruger, the future Orange. Costigan lined up against Morozov, one of the best Calvert Hall midfield defenders. Like I said, him and Snelly been super close friends and creating such a good duo at the midfield shorties for this team. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this one. Hill trying to waste as much time as possible. Sanderson even just stood there and rolled up his sleeves. Sanderson got pushed off well by Snellbaker. Costigan back to Sanderson. Snelly still picking him up, not letting him breathe. And there goes the shot clock. So a shot clock violation from Hill. Coaches will take that. Less than 3 minutes here to go in this one. Calvert Hall still down by 3 after a good attempt of a second half comeback. We'll see if they can add any more. Ryder Scott starting this one. Passes it back to Benjamin Hanover. The senior took a big role last year in that championship team. Sullivan. There's Kelly. Ryder Scott looking for something here. Gets to his left hand and puts it in! Ryder Scott with his first goal of the game. And the lead is now 2 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left. This would be a comeback for the ages. Down 9-1 at halftime and crawled all the way back, outscoring the Hill team 10 goals to 4. And Hill has nothing better to do but to call a timeout. Calvert Hall with all of the momentum in this one right now. You do not want to miss the ending of this game. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left. Calvert Hall slowly crawling back from the slow start. Can they finish it off, or will the Hill Academy stand strong? We'll be right back to Paul Angelo Russo Stadium after the timeout has ended. And we are in for a great finish, folks. Jackson back on midfield with Bishop Berman. This time Berman wins the ground ball. He's just slicing through Calvert Hall defenders right now. Ward sends it out to Sanderson. Roll the ground ball for Sean Koskinen, trying to do a hidden ball trick. Sean Koskinen and Max Kruger have been the facilitators of the offense for Hill today. And they're always trying to find their guy, Matt Ford, with 6 goals on the day. Under 90 seconds left in this one. Calvert Hall down 11-13. Less than 30 on the shot clock. Morozov putting some pressure on Costigan. They need to get something if they don't want to have another violation. But there's still plenty of time for the Cardinals to facilitate something on offense. He looked back, saw that there's 12 seconds. Now starting to move through the double team. And saved by Nevin. But the second chance effort was not. Dylan Sanderson, a future attendee of Providence College, took advantage of Nevin on the ground. And Hill scores another one. And that one's a killer. 14-11 now in this one with 51 seconds left. Cardinals, that was a great defensive possession. First attempt was stopped by Nevin, but the ground ball found its way to Sanderson, and he put it right in the back of the net. So now Dorian Jackson with a crucial face-off, and he does win it. Cardinals need something fast. Jackson, before the stop, timeout called by Coach Kelly. 43.7 seconds left in this one. That was a crucial face-off win for Jackson, and a good timeout before he was slashed from behind by Max Wethup. The Cardinals looking to find some offensive strategies here. They've had a lot more success against the goalkeeper, Cole Downey, in this second half, putting up 10 goals in the half, including 6 here in the fourth quarter alone. This Hill team has just had some goals in some very critical moments to stop the Calvert Hall momentum in its tracks, including that last one with 51 seconds remaining by Dylan Sanderson to put them up by 3 with 41 seconds to go. Here comes Steer, though, out of the timeout. Passes it to Scott. Finds Williams. He takes a shot, and this one, I really hope that did not hit a car. Scott, though, has to hurry it up. Finds Williams. Kelly on the inside. And this one is stopped from Downey. And here comes the ride. Good job. Here comes Stanton. 10 seconds left in this one. Sullivan couldn't put the ground ball in. And with 1.4 seconds remaining, the Hill Academy is going to come into Towson, Maryland, and emerge victorious. The second half comeback performed by the Cardinals, just a little too late. Too little too late for the Cardinals, but to put up 10 goals in the second after only putting up 1 in the entire first half is something that they were very proud of. Outscored Hill Academy 10-5 there in the second half, but a crucial goal by Dylan Sanderson with 51 seconds remaining proved to be the dagger. What a game. If you are Hudson Purdue and Connor Sullivan, the 2 juniors, they are looking to build off that momentum, but it was too much to overcome from the first quarter of Matt Ford, who dropped a hat trick in there. Best of luck to the Hill Academy and the rest of their season, and safe travels back home to Canada for the Cardinals team. Next up on the docket is Lawrenceville Prep out of New Jersey, the #1 team in the nation, coming here on Thursday at 4 p.m. Cardinals hoping to stop their losing streak at 2 against that one. That's going to be a great game. And that's going to be all here from Paul Angelo Russo. My name is Caleb Stein. Thank you guys for watching this game. Hill Academy comes out victorious 14-11 over your Calvert Hall Cardinals. We will see you guys Thursday afternoon.